Hello everyone, I've been playing Gravity Rush 2 for the PlayStation 4. If you want to know what I think of the game, then please watch this video and I'll see you right after the intro. Gravity Rush 2 is a sequel to a PlayStation Vita game that came out a few years back. You play as the heroine Cat, who has these amazing gravity-defying powers. You can actually fly through the air, you can pick up enemies and pick up objects and throw them at each other to defeat enemies. You can fly through the air and kick people around and stuff like that. And I was really excited for Gravity Rush 2. My girlfriend had played the original game for Vita, and I really like the manga-inspired art style and the cel shading on the Vita game, so I was really excited to pick this game up and try it for myself. The second one really looks cool, and it's an exclusive for PlayStation 4, and it looks amazing. The game, it runs at a steady 30 FPS, and yeah, I had no technical issues with the game. It looked amazing, and it has these amazing moments with big boss fights, and I think you'll like that. The main story centers around Kat, who is trying to find her way back to Hicksville, which is the town she lives in. Throughout her journey in Gravity Rush 2, she meets a lot of awesome manga-inspired characters, so if you like Japanese culture, you'll love this game. The main story is told through speech bubbles and manga-inspired cartoons. The game isn't really voice-acted. The main characters have these grunts that they let out from time to time, and other than that, it's fully texted, so be aware of that. You can't turn on English audio or Japanese audio if you want to do that. And it wasn't really a problem for me. I like that kind of style. But it became a problem in some of the boss fights actually, because other characters usually say something and tell you where to go, and it became a problem at times where I needed to go somewhere and I didn't realize it. So because there were no audio cues and there were so many things going on at the screen at the same time, so I just didn't see some of the things that I had to do. So that can be a problem at times. It was a minor problem, but yeah, be aware of that. Look at the bottom screen sometimes when people are telling you what to do. I liked the game, but I wanted to love it. But I'm going to say that I liked it because it has a lot of small issues. I would actually go so far to say this game feels like a game that should have been released in like the late 90s or early 2000s. It has some of the issues you would expect from a game from that period. It has camera issues. The game doesn't have a lot of camera issues when you fly around in these open, awesome spaces with huge vistas where everything is just awesome to look at, and yeah, the graphics are really awesome. But when you get into some tight corridors, and the game throws these tight corridors at you in the later parts of the game, the camera just can't keep up. It's often stuck in the environment, and I feel like I'm a good gamer. I've platinumed to Bloodborne and fought with camera issues in other games, but it was really annoying in this game. I felt confused also because when you're controlling Cat, you often don't know what's up or down because you're kind of like cancelling out the gravity. So often you're supposed to not know what's up or down, and it gets really frustrating in some of these tight corridors. And I'm showing you examples of this on the screen, and it frustrated me a lot at times. Also, the intro to this game is really hand-holdy, so expect that. It gets better as the game goes on, but in the beginning of the game really wants you to know what's going on. I thought it was kind of frustrating. I'm used to long intros, but this one was really aggravating to me. I have a lot of negatives, but overall the game is good, so bear that in mind. The music, although I liked the music, it was positive, it was nice to listen to, but the game is really loopy. Like, not in the it's funny to listen to or it's crazy or anything. It was just the soundtracks were too short. The game constantly repeated the soundtracks like over and over and over again. which isn't a problem in the story missions because they mix up the music, but when you're just flying around the city, you're constantly listening to the same loops of music. And it actually took me out of the experience because I began, you know, when you start listening, you kind of make yourself aware that the music is repeating itself, and then you're just concentrating on the looping music, the repeating music, and it was really frustrating at times. Another negative, and this is perhaps something that just happened to me, but it felt like the worst thing. I was just about to turn off the game when I encountered this problem. And so I wanted to try out some of the online features. So this game has online features. You can take pictures of yourself, you can share them, you can upload them so other people can go in and watch your photos, and they can like them, and you get some different bonuses from this, which is a really, really cool feature. There are these online missions where you can... I tried one of the missions where I had to find the exact spot where someone had taken a picture, which is a really cool idea, I guess. The problem was I couldn't find this place, and I was like, okay, I was just trying to... I just wanted to try this mission. And I wanted to cancel the mission because I had used too much time trying to find this place, and I just wanted to get on with the story so I could review the game. I could not abort this mission. There were no menu options to board a mission. I couldn't find anywhere in the menus where you could abort a mission, which was really frustrating because when you are on a mission, you can't save, or at least not in these side quests. I couldn't save the game, and the game doesn't really show you that it's auto-saving, so I was really afraid that I had lost 40 minutes of progress, which made me stay in the game instead of just quitting and going out to the PlayStation menu and going into the game again. So that was really frustrating. I ended up quitting the game, starting again, and I was just crossing my fingers that I didn't lose the progress. Luckily, I didn't lose any progress, but it was a frustrating experience. So be aware that some of these online missions, you can't really abort them like that, so save before you start them, just to make sure that you keep the data. Overall, let's get back to some of the positives. I liked the game. I love flying around. The sensation of flying was really, really great. It's a really unique game. I don't know any game like this, and for that I want to praise it. I want to say to you that this is an awesome game with some few issues. I liked the story more than I actually thought I would. It has these Japanese stereotype characters that you would find in a manga or manga stories. So if you like that, you'll love this. But I like it has these themes of class differences, and it's actually told through gameplay and how the levels are laid out. So it has a lot of in-game story explaining that, not like that. In-game gameplay-wise story progression where not only the story tells you the story, but the environments themselves tells the story, which is a thing that I feel a lot of games doesn't do properly. That is actually one of the best things about Assassin's Creed Unity, which is a game that everyone hates, but I like that particular element really, really well. When you were running throughout Paris, you could see rebellions, and you can see people in the street going about their day, and you could see problems rising, and different areas of the town had different problems. You could see that, and you didn't have the game explaining you it. And the same thing happens here in to some degree, and I like that. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed the game. The game had a lot of small frustrations that I really didn't like. If you can live with these faults, it's okay. I'm the type of gamer that I guess a lot of gamers are, finds a way to work around some of the technical issues, some of the control issues, and learn to live with them as the game goes on. I feel like there were a couple of things that really frustrated me too. the targeting system really feels like it's just not on par. I often felt like I was supposed to hit something with like a gravity kick, and I just didn't hit anything. I wanted like a more log-on-y, if that makes sense, that's not a word, a log-on system that works a little better. But overall, I like the game. I feel like if you are a manga fan, you like Japanese culture, this is a game for you. If you want a new gameplay experience, you want to fly around the sky, actually this feels like a better Superman game than we have ever gotten. So I guess if that's a game for you, if that sounds exciting, then please give Gravity Rush 2 a chance. I do believe that if I had to score this game from like 1 to 10, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I think the game, it's kind of strange to talk about. I would give the graphics and the environments and the story perhaps a way higher score, like perhaps an 8.5 or 9. But a lot of the small issues kind of add up, and yeah, that just, the game just annoyed me a lot of times, which is really sad because it's so close to greatness. Anyways, thank you for listening to my rambling. Please let me know down in the comments if you like Gravity Rush, if you've played the first game. I would like to know. Yeah, leave me a comment, leave me a like, hit me up on Twitter or things like that. I have a Discord server you can join. Yeah, and you can, if you like my videos, please support me on Patreon. I'm actually going to Frankfurt here on the 13th, because I'm going to play or going to try the Nintendo Switch. So I think I'll be getting you some updates for that soon. So that's going to be really, really awesome. I think I'm going to vlog on my trip down there, and I'm going to hopefully record the machine from all kinds of different angles. I had asked them a lot of questions. Can I record? Can I record the gameplay? Can I record the unit? Everything like that. Are there any people I can interview? But I haven't got any answers yet. But yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.